Hello everyone, I thought I'd make a quick video as I'm out and about and update you guys on what's taking place in terms of our preparation for our trip. Again, my name is Eric and I'm the father and husband of the Mitchell family, and we're so excited to be able to share our journey with you. But a couple of things that I wanted to share in terms of our process and kind of where things are at right now is I'm actually making a run to Home Depot, and we have a contractor that we have identified and will be helping us remodel our kitchen and our bathroom. And as a homeowner and somebody who's been in our house for like 20 years, you know, there's always something going on with a house, right? You kind of have deferred maintenance. But now, as we're getting ready to go on our journey and we intend to rent our home, obviously we have a lot of things that we need to take care of. So I'm out making a quick run to get some of the items that our contractor needs to go ahead and get started on the job today. That's kind of what's going on with the house. One interesting thing that is coming up for us is a conversation that, and I apologize if there's a lot of background noise. I'm actually driving right now, as you can see. One of the things that's coming up for us right now is the whole conversation and the idea around, well, does it make sense to rent our home, or does it make more sense to sell right now? We live in the Bay Area. The market is pretty good in terms of home prices for sellers. Not so good for buyers if you're either entering the market or, you know, just looking to relocate. It tends to be pretty high, pretty expensive to do that type of thing right now. Interest rates are going up. Home prices for us in our area have stabilized a bit, but they have also started to in some cases come down just a little bit to adjust for the interest rates that are out there right now. All that being said, you know, as I mentioned, or I think we mentioned before, like, everything is on the table. Selling our home would be a huge move, much different than what we had originally thought about. But, you know, logically, we have to take a look at all of that. What makes sense. There's a lot of reports from different economists right now that talk about either housing trends or the economy, and you know, you kind of hear a lot of that as background noise. But if there is an economy that is not doing terribly well, we know that jobs are doing pretty good, but also that there's still supply chain issues. Obviously, there's conflicts going on. You know, not only Ukraine, but there are several others, but Ukraine happens to be getting the media's attention right now. There are others, and there's also intermittent lockdowns that are still taking place in China, which produces a lot of the goods that we purchase. So, you know, a lot of things to factor in. We are in a global economy, and there's certain impacts that happen in other places in the world that will dictate what happens with either home prices or commodities and things of that nature. So one of the things that I told you that I would be sharing is just the perspectives of a father, husband, as we travel and we go on this journey. And I wanted to share some thoughts that I had about what things obviously are of interest, but then also what things are potential concerns, or some things that I have my eye out for. You know, and recently in talking to my daughter, she was mentioning that one of the areas that we were going to, it may not necessarily be hospitable for women. There was a lot of domestic violence issues, a lot of issues that women were having, and actually there were protests against the government for their inaction around handling some of the issues that were prevalent in this particular area. So that is one of the things. I'm sorry, guys, I'm driving, running errands right now. That is one of the things that obviously is of concern for me as a husband and father, is to make sure that the women that I am traveling with are safe and secure in whatever environment we choose to either travel to or potentially live in. I know that, you know, I have a young person, and I'm very conscious of her wanting to explore and to meet people and to get out there and just kind of experience the world in a different way. I do have, some concerns about how that happens. I definitely want her to have those experiences, but I also know, like, it's easy for me to help guide them and help them navigate the social construct that we find ourselves here in the United States. But outside the country, whew, man, that can be a totally different ball game depending upon where you're at. So just want to make sure that I'm cognizant and aware of that. I know that the areas that we go to, and most recently when we travel, and I'm saying recently, a couple of years ago when we went to East Africa, we went to Tanzania, we went to the Department of Homeland Security, their website, and looked up the country profile and what was taking place there. And I've actually done that. We do that when we tend to travel to different places. We use that kind of as a reference point, but not taking it literally or as matter of fact. Because if that was the case, and looking at some of the reports or the information there, we wouldn't go anywhere. That reporting is very narrowly structured and really doesn't take into consideration all the different, I feel, all the different ways that people are engaging and living in different places in the world. Obviously, there's a lot of different issues. We have issues here in the States, and quite frankly, there are countries that I've been to that I've actually felt more comfortable visiting certain countries than I do in my own, my own country, unfortunately. But that's just the reality of what I've dealt with, what many others of us have dealt with. So just being conscious and aware of that. We tend to not think of what's taking place outside of our borders. Let me say it this way: we tend to think of that differently than what's taking place here. But we're one big family. A lot of the issues that we face here as a community, others face those as well. But there's always solutions. So I just want to remain open. Want my family to remain open to the idea of having a safe, healthy adventure that we can all thrive in, and really reach out and meet new people, see new places, and learn and grow from. So that's just a quick musing I had. Wanted to share that with you guys. Please feel free to comment back or ask questions, or share advice. Looking to, as I mentioned before, have a dialogue around what this looks like for us. Okay, somebody's riding in the middle of the road here. I'm driving through East Oakland, but that's how it be, y'all. Okay, take care. Talk to you soon.